Talking about knives here, it's Tim from Everday Tactical Vids. Thanks as always for checking out our videos. The theme for today is going to be mixing up your EDC. So let's say you've been carrying the same knife for a long time. Black handle, black blade, maybe a black handle with a satin finish on your blade. And you're like, I just want to do something a little bit different, a little bit outside the box. Well, maybe adding some color is what you want to do for 2015. So we got orange, we got what looks like purple, but I'll tell you about that one in a minute, pretty interesting. Got some green here, got another orange. I got these knives from Schrade for review, and I got a hold of their 2015 catalog, sent them an email and said, hey, here's a couple of the knives I'd like to take a look at. So, you know, we're just trying to think outside the box a little bit. Let's talk about the different knives, what they have to offer, and then I'll be trying to use all these knives over the next year just to see how they work out, what I think about them. All right, let's get into the knives individually now. The first one we're looking at here is from the SCH 107AL series. So this is an aluminum handled knife. Some of the details: 8CR13 MOV, high carbon stainless steel. Your handle material, again, aluminum. Blade length, 2.5 inches, and your overall length is 6 inches, and your weight is 1.8 ounces. Now, if you compare that one to, let's take the largest one out, see if we can even fit it in the screen here, to this one. I mean, this one's about as big as my Griptilian, which is a pretty large knife for most people when it comes to an everyday carry knife. So this is definitely on the smaller end. But I like that contrast of that orange and that black, and I do like there's just a little bit of kind of a shimmer to the handle. So they do have this in the orange handle with the black. They also have it with the black handle with the black, and they also have this with a black handle with a satin finish. So, you know, first one, consider it the SCH. Let me give you the numbers: SCH 107 ALOR. AL for aluminum, OR for orange. Maybe this is something you want to test out for this year in your EDC setup. Next up, we have some knives from the Schrade SCH 106AL series. So again, AL means that the handles are going to be aluminum. I'll give you the specs on all these knives because they're pretty much the same other than the color. So we've got 8CR13 MOV, high carbon stainless steel. Blade length, 2.9 inches. End-to-end length is 6.7 inches. And your weight is 2.3 ounces. This one is obviously black handle, black blade. Let's get rid of this since we're talking about a little bit more color in our EDC. And let's talk about these two. This one's green. It's similar to the 107 that I was just talking about. I got a little bit of a kind of a shimmer to it. This one, if you're looking at it right now, you're gonna say, that's purple. Okay, I agree with you. However, this one they call color shift. So SCH 106ALC for color shift. And right now it looks purple, but let me see, probably not on the camera, maybe I could a little bit. But depending on how you look at it, it's purple or it's a light blue. And if you think I'm making it up, let me just grab the catalog here and show this to you. Look at that. I mean, that definitely looks like kind of a tealish, bluish color. And that's the same knife. So, you know, if you want something that's going to be way outside the box, maybe you want to get one of those for your EDC knife for 2015. The color shift knife. These are both very comfortable knives to hold, I'll tell you. So they fit nicely in my hand. Got a liner lock for these, pocket clip. Can't put the pocket clip anywhere else other than where it is. So it's going to be tip down carry. And you do have a little lanyard hole there. So if you want to put a lanyard, probably a little bit of work to get a piece of paracord through there, but you could probably do it eventually. So there you go, the SCH 106AL series. You got the color shift option, you got the green option. Maybe something you want to check out for 2015. Next up, I have the knife that keeps on falling over on the table here. This is the Schrade SCH 401 series, and this is the 401L AL-GR. So L for large, AL for aluminum, as in the handle, and GR for green. Now, out of all the knives, I find this one the most likely for me to carry for a longer time, just because I like this size blade. So let me see if I can get in the screen there, show you what that looks like. Yeah, that's how it fits in my hand. Lanyard hole on the end, obviously a black blade. You do have a liner lock in there, and then you've got your pocket clip. You can't put the pocket clip any other direction, so that's going to be tip down carry when you put that in your pocket. And yeah, as I mentioned, the lanyard hole. Again, I got a little bit of a shimmer or a sheen to that, but just kind of a cool knife. It's definitely, if you want to have something that's totally subtle, no one's going to notice, this is probably not the knife to be wearing or carrying every day unless you constantly wear green pants, but we'll have a conversation about that another time. Anyhow, this is the 401 LAL GR, and that's what it looks like. Last up, we have a knife from the 221 series. This is the Schrade SCH221OR. I'm just flipping it over to show you right there. Now, one thing I'll tell you is that I looked in the catalog and it says this thing has dual thumb studs, but as you look, negative, it does not. It doesn't look like the thumb stud fell off, so I don't know if that's just a misprint in the catalog. I'll talk to the folks over at Schrade. All that said, kind of a cool texture. I always think of something like kind of a rock formation when I think of that texture on the handle. Definitely a larger blade. Let me compare this to the one we were just looking at. A little bit longer as far as your length, but definitely, you know, quite a bit wider as far as your blade size. Some of the details on this. This is 9CR 18 MOV high carbon stainless steel, aluminum handle, 3.5 inches for the blade and 8.4 inches end to end, and your weight is 4.9 ounces. This one is, you know, if you needed a utility knife, this could be a good knife for you, as well as an EDC knife. No lanyard hole, no lanyard hole, so you're not going to be putting any paracord there. And your pocket clip is going to be in that one position, so you're not going to be putting that anywhere else. Inside, you can see we got a liner lock. Seems to lock up quite well. And that's the SCH221. We've been looking at these 6 different knives, 4 different styles, all from Schrade. So if you want to add a little bit of color to your EDC setup for 2015, here are some knives you might want to consider. Thanks as always for checking out the videos. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids if you've not done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Instagram and Tumblr as well. Take care.